It's the oppression of man's obsession to control things. Look at the lonely line of make-believe kings, and the Lord of the Flies wants you to kiss his ring. Follow new rules with invisible strings and become a puppet in a diabolical scheme. How do good men become a part of the regime? They don't believe in resistance.
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.
Vous écoutez l'émission d'Antidote Athée.
كنا تستمع إلى أثار ترياق الملحد.
Che si sta ascoltando lo show Antidoto Athée.
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Brock Lawley. I am the Atheist Antidote on YouTube and elsewhere. And today I'm going to jump on the grenade. It's laying there. You know what I mean? We're in the trenches of society. And there's the grenade. We all know it's going off any second now. And nobody's jumping on it. Well, me, I volunteer. And you can give my family a nice insurance check. And, you know, you can play catch with my son and all those nice things. Because I'm going to do this for you, society. And what I'm going to do for you is this. I'm going to talk about and say the things that we all know are true, but nobody has the to say them. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. You know, for example, there's a laundry list of these, but I'm just going to hit on a couple of them because I know that somewhere in your psyche, all of you, you're all bugged by this, just like I am. I know it, but the consequences are steep, ladies and gentlemen, and therefore you never say it. You just let it brew. You're like a teapot on a hot stove with no little steam hole for the steam to be released. Well, I'm going to do that for you. Here's what's up. Why is it that we have predominant crime in minority communities, specifically African American and Hispanic communities? It's because there's no fathers around. Why is the economy a wreck in those communities? Why do 60% of the kids not read at a high school reading level? Why do 40% not graduate high school? Fatherless. That's the facts. They're not prioritizing and they're not putting enough emphasis on family. That is the cinder block. That is the foundation. You're a straw house that the wolf blows down. That's what you are without a family, without a father, without that pillar. That's just a fact. Why aren't we saying it? It's not all this other crap that we're always, banting about. It's not that crap, and we know it's not. So do we want to solve these problems or do we not? And in the few times that we hear people like Bill Cosby and stuff come out with enough love and concern to speak the truth, they get kunta kinte whipped in the court of public opinion. This is ridiculous. This has got to stop. To say something like this doesn't make one a racist. It makes one a person who lives in reality. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I heard somebody give this analogy and I thought it was great. I don't remember who. But let's say you're the game warden or you're in charge of the zoo animals. And, the giraffes are all electrocuting themselves because there's this hot, low-hanging wire. And the giraffes are zapping each other left and right. And you got the liberals over there saying, oh, well, some giraffes get through. Heck, just last week I saw one giraffe. He happened to duck his head down and he went through. There he is walking around. That doesn't mean, ladies and gentlemen, because you have some weird exception, that does not mean that the giraffes aren't getting electrocuted, because the low-hanging hot wire is right there for all to see. You as the game warden or you as the zookeeper have to get that hot wire under control, have to fix the problem. That's what society has to do. Grenade number 2. Everybody knows this and nobody says it. Why is it that 99% of the kids who were touched as children, in that sort of incubator state of one's innocence, when you're developing sexuality, when all the chemicals and all the DNA and all the psychological formations are happening, that soup that makes us a human being are happening, and these little kids get touched by some pervert who's molesting children. 9 out of 10 of those kids grow up and they're homosexuals. That's just a fact. You all know that's true. Why aren't we dealing with that as a society? That's what's happening. I have a theory about that, but who knows if it's true? Because when you are developing those muscles, those adolescent muscles that entail sexuality, and some, disgusting predator comes along and screws up that process, it's going to be off kilter. Saying this doesn't mean you hate individual homosexuals. Saying this does not mean that you want to, kick some homosexual in an alley or deprive them of anything. It's just the truth, ladies and gentlemen. It's just truth serum. And that's what society needs more of. You can just go on and on and on. These things are just facts. Men and women, for example, grenade number 3, are not the same. They're more emotive. They think a lot differently than us. We're visually stimulated. They're more emotionally stimulated. There might be some exception, some nymphomaniac girl that you know. That doesn't mean the gender distinction should be thrown out the window like litter on the highway. When is society going to stop with the PC nonsense, which has been, a poison, a leftist poison in the bloodstream of our body politic? When are we going to reject that with the antibiotic of truth? Well, I'll tell you where you're going to get that. You're going to get that right here on this podcast. You're listening to Brock Lally as the Atheist Antidote.
Вы слушаете шоу «Противоядие атеист».
您正在收听的是论者解药秀。
You are listening to the Atheist Antidote Show.